Yeah, you reposted something I tweeted and you posted on Instagram. I think I said something like people follow agendas before they know themselves,
Right.
right? That's huge, man.
Hmm.
That's like so huge because Candace Owens, Charlamagne, and Killer Mike, to me, are the same person. They got different agendas and different opinions, and they're on different political aisles. But I see a whole bunch of people I disagree with about a lot. I see a bunch of people I agree with a lot, but I just still see people. Um, and I see people with different motives, obviously. I think that Killer Mike's heart is probably more in the right place than other people, but I don't think he has the intellectual capacity to lead us, right? Not to say he's not a smart individual. I just don't think he's thinking like others are, like myself, right? I think he's too left. I think he's way too left. And I think it's maybe because he's an entertainer and, whatever. I also don't think he's had the exposure to information I have. I've been exposed to conversations with white nationalists. I've been exposed to conversations with straight up Republicans, and we've sat and we have discourse publicly and private. I've spoken to people who would be deemed as Nazis,
Mm.
right? And I've honestly asked them, even though they'd like to have my life eliminated, I wanted to understand their psyche,
Mm.
right? Then I can defeat you, right? I don't think these people have had as much exposure as I have to the right wing, to white people
Mm.
as I have because of my leanings to the right,
Mm.
my ability to, um, I hate to use the word infiltrate, but to amalgamate with the right is probably better for the purpose of understanding. Marcus Garvey is one of those black leaders who back in the day called meetings with the KKK. The Nation of Islam had meetings with the Nazi Socialist Party in America, right? Not saying I agree with these groups, but I think if we don't have discourse, for example, back in the day when kingdoms warred, first one king sat down and had dinner with the other king,
Right.
right? And they said, hey, this is what I respect about you. This is what I don't like about you.
Mm.
They ate, they drank, they got drunk, and then the next day they hit the battlefield, right? That piece is missing today in war. We're not even talking to the other kingdom,
Right.
right? We even see that today with politicians. We'll go and we'll sit down with Kim Jong-un, right?
Mm.
Or whatever dictatorship we're dealing with. Today, we don't have that at the lower levels of these influencers. You don't have, like for example, I can't get a black liberal man to talk to me.
Mm. What are they
Not a,
saying? What are they saying to you? Like they don't.
I get ignored. I get ignored. I'm sort of blackballed from the left, but I think what it is they're afraid that if black people, for example, Ebro at Hot 97 has said I'm banned from Hot 97.
Hmm.
Can't give you a legitimate reason as to why,
Hmm.
but he's come out and said it on Twitter. I'm banned from Hot 97. Now, Hot 97 is the New York radio station, right? Along 105.1 where Charlamagne is. He's cutting me off. This is a white man who's cutting me off from my core audience, from my black people, because he's in a position of power. Because I think that if people heard me, I'd put a lot of people out of business. And this is what Marcus Garvey said. He said, if people got in with the UNIA, a lot of these activists would be out of business. I love Killer Mike. Love the work he does. I love Candace Owens as a black woman. Don't agree with her motives, selfish ways sometimes, and her rhetoric. I think it's counterproductive to the goals that she says she has. She says she wants to pull black people over to the Republican Party. She's doing a horrible job of that. She's pissing black people off. They hate her. They're making memes about her being Hitler. So obviously, it's not aligning with what she says her goals are. Charlamagne is an entertainer. Um, I think Charlamagne and I are probably more closely aligned personality-wise than the other two. We
Do
know.
you guys know each other? I would think you guys would have an amazing discussion with each other. Yeah.
So I sat in a meeting with the Breakfast Club when I was working with 50 Cent, and we were trying to set up something business-wise. It didn't work out because I said some explicit things about DJ Envy before I got the job there.
Okay.
DJ Envy was like, yo, you was talking shit before you got this job, and now you up here working. I'm like, I still don't like you, but I like my company that I represent to do business with you because I understand the power you have.
Right.
If you can't separate those two, I understand. I'll leave right now. And Charlamagne was sitting to my right. I sat in the same room they record from, and Yee was to my left. And we had that conversation, and Charlamagne seemed like a level-head individual. Charlamagne basically said to me, he said, hey, yo, just apologize to him. And I looked at Charlamagne and I said, okay, DJ Envy, I'm sorry. I apologize for saying those things about you. I still feel like you shouldn't have your job, though. Right?
Let me make something really clear.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to be, who I am, but I apologize for that. Maybe I was out of bounds. I have no problem being that bigger man. Yeah. But I think that Charlamagne is somebody who is hiding his power levels, like you said, and I think because of the Breakfast Club, and I think that he's recognizing his power. And like you said, he's probably going to branch off from the Breakfast Club and do great things on his own platform. And it's probably going to be more profitable for him too. Yeah. He won't have to wake up so early in the morning. It's probably going to be a better life for him. But I think Charlamagne's got a little bit of Hotep in him. I just think that the Charlamagne and Killer Mike are just too left for me. Yeah. But again, I'd love to have that discourse. I don't know how to make that happen. I get blackballed. I even said to Tariq Nasheed today, I said, Tariq Nasheed, let's have discourse. I haven't heard back from him. He probably won't have that conversation with me. It's a lot of black left-leaning people, even women. I've had black women who were feminists back in the day, who've challenged some of my thoughts. And I said, well, let's debate. Let's talk online. Block. Because I don't think people want people, even the right, some people on the right hide me because they don't really want what's best for Americans. They want to keep winning this, political battle of talking points. And I kill talking points. I squash